day. Whether you're repping your squad or launching a revenue gathering store, they've got you covered. So check them out at emergeapparel.gg. Again, that is emergeapparel.gg, or type !emerge in chat. All right, we've got the Rocket League semifinals coming up for you now. Puma, let's check out everything here on the bracket as well here in just a moment, because it was quite a day number one in Rocket League.
I agree. My dark horse candidate did get bounced early on, so I'm a little bit upset with that. But either way, it's been great watching these teams play. No real surprises coming through, as we have a 1 through 4 and a 2 versus 3 in the finals. But all of these teams are just so incredibly talented. You're going to get banger after banger here, as we're going to go from the semis straight to the finals here to be able to conclude on the Rocket League side of things before moving back to Overwatch.
That's right. Exactly. You'll get to catch both here on the main channel. If you're still following Overwatch, you can go to the B stream, which is Stay Plugged In B, by the way. So make sure you open up another tab. Go to twitch.tv/Stay Plugged In B. You can even copy paste and then just add a B. That's what I do. It's easy. It's easy to get over there and be able to watch Overwatch. But here on the Rocket League side, as you can see, it played out basically how we expected again, right? Passion coming in as the #1 seed will continue that #1 seed run, as they'll face off with the Buccaneers on the other side of the bracket. We're watching Franklin Panthers take on Dreamland, and right now, Resunds is quite the following in chat. They've got their support unit here as well, as they take on this Franklin Panther side.
Very true, and it looks like people are betting the house on Resunds, so we're going to be able to see how they are playing, people putting up collaterals of their own homes. So I'm excited to see how this matchup plays, as a player is still missing. We might get a restart real quick, but it looks like they just joined in, so both teams ready to go. So we got Dreamland versus Panthers in game #1.
So let's see. As a free agent team that was like, not quite ready yet, but they're good to go now. As we saw Pico and this Franklin Panthers team be extremely strong yesterday, but they haven't gone up, at least I haven't seen them go up against a team like Dreamland, who will certainly be able to challenge them in big moments. I think Franklin Panthers failed to show little, moments of vulnerability, so it'll be interesting to see if Dreamland can be, proactive enough to be able to expose where they can maybe take to this Franklin Panthers team.
I'm really liking the aggressiveness here, as Resunds is there. The first 50 goes out, but Zxch is there to push this one in. Dreamland, very aggressive. All three of them so down low and just keep forcing the pressure, and they break through. Dreamlands is going to take the first goal on the board.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, Franklin Panthers, they didn't rotate around. I think they trusted last man back to be able to kind of battle two off there of Dreamland. They were just persistent enough to break through. Relentless to get the first goal and settle into this game. As Zxch now will look to get it past, as Griff didn't get the touch here. Resunds to play it back as well, as Pico will try to challenge in. Coop's right there as well. This shot going to be denied, though, by Zxch.
This goes to the backboard here. They need a good touch, able to find it. Zxch still on, able to find the second touch, and then gets cut off by Resunds into the corner. Misfire there. Xlink has to catch it and flick it back up top, able to corral this one for themselves. Working their way out of the corner, trying to get this towards the middle, able to find so, but Resunds there once again. As Zxch gonna go up, bangs it off the corner, looking for the pass towards the middle, but a good defensive bout from both teams so far. A long-range shot, but Zxch still in position.
And Coop, although you're right, Zxch is able to get to it now. Sustained pressure here from Franklin. They tried that far side, but no passing, no teammate available on that pass. Eagle Water will fall down there too. They had one dive, so now they should have numbers the other way here, as Zxch got the challenge. Flip reset in hand as well. Xlink not able to get the touch, and they're able to find that little bit of space. 2-0 Dreamland.
The other thing on the other side too is Zxch, off the flip reset, lands on Xlink, so they can't get the touch, and Grifacado is able to just get a free goal here.
That's absolutely right. I didn't see that. And he stomped Zxch. He was positioned correctly on that back wall, wondering why he didn't get the touch. Well, it's hard to do that whenever you're getting Goomba stomped over on the side wall. So certainly played a factor there too. Good passing here too, but Grifacado wasn't able to find the right angle for it, but stayed in there with the redirect to make it 3-0 Dreamland.
Griff Avocado, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna keep butchering this one, but Resunds sends it to the corner, forces Coop to dive, and another redirect in front of the net for Griff to be able to get a great goal, make it 3-0 now, and when it rains supports for Dreamland, they're looking to add on, but Coop up top forces this one to the corner, but Dreamland's able to jump on top of it. A 50 in front, another 50 comes back towards the middle. Who's going to be first there? Xthink gets a good clear and just tries buying them some type of pressure.
And it was good for the Franklin Panthers that Dreamland had to back off of that, try and grab boost and left a little bit of positioning. Otherwise, Dreamland would have had a prime opportunity to run it again. They'll have it here, though. Grifacado popping off a hat trick already in the first half of this game one.
This is incredible stuff that we're watching, and I see why people were betting the house on this team. They are just firing on all cylinders as Dreamland 4-0 against the Panthers, who were so dominant the first time that we saw them.
Trying to regroup, find the right groove here too. There's obviously a whole different caliber of team they're going up against, it feels like, from their perspective, and so you want to be able to settle back in and find your groove, find the speed, and that might be able to allow them to do it. Still plenty of time in this game as well, by the way. 3:15 left, and Pico, the first one to get Franklin Panthers on the board.
Good shot there, just taking the opportunities that were given a little bit too far with not enough boost. So they're able to cut the deficit to 3 with 2:15 left to play. We've seen them rattle off a good amount of goals in short amount of times. The Panthers got to start firing now, though, as Resunds is going to take this one up top, fakes it for a teammate. Zxch's going to be the next one there, who also takes this one up top using the rest of their boost. Bumps coming down low, the flip to the pass, but Pico reads that one out and no shot opportunity to follow.
And Resunds had a good read there as well as they try to escape and just placing yourself in the most probable area of where they're going to try to get that clear for Franklin Panthers, which means that you're able to just kind of play it in, buy even more time. You already have the 3-goal lead, not necessarily looking for goals, though you don't want to let up either. So it's a good balance of play here from Dreamland, not to leave the back door open, but also be proactive enough to not allow Franklin Panthers to get those opportunities either.
Pico in the corner is just going to have to throw that one away for the moment. Resunds is up. A good read by Xthink, though. They have a chance here. They're able to get a read off the corner, able to get this one towards the middle, but Zxch, good job reading that to get that out of harm's way. Resunds goes for the 50, bumps their way through, trying to get the follow, is going to be able to land on it, but forces it out to the corner. Griff is going to get demoed, so it does float back towards the middle. A good save there, but Resunds with the follow. Chaos in front of the net. And Dreamland will take it any way that they come.
And that's why you always stay on a play, too. I mean, Grifacado had nowhere else they're going to go anyways, but the fact that they kind of re-engaged with that 50-50 after the first time around, it looked like they should have lost that completely, but instead, a loose ball ends up in the hands of your teammates for Dreamland. This free agent team certainly looks pretty organized and together, as Zxch won't even let them have a kickoff goal that looked inevitable. That went off the post as well. Franklin Panthers having an awfully difficult time here with the back line of Dreamland.
And this is just uncharacteristic that we've seen from them before. It doesn't matter where they put it, the ball won't go into the net. They've hit the post 4 times in the last 30 seconds. And then on top of it, 2 saves came off the side post, another one off the post, and gets saved away. You just can't make this up if you're a Panthers fan. A very unfortunate stuff, but you don't want to get too confident with them not finding the back of the net, as it just takes anything to just change the momentum for themselves.
This has got to be one of the closer 5-1 games I think I've ever witnessed. Another opportunity, another time they're turned around. Franklin's got to do a better job of finding goals, yes, but the fact that Dreamland's been standing on their heads on the defensive side is incredible. Makes no sense how they've been able to do it. Zxch was in on a few of those. Resunds was solid in those regards too, and Griff was playing great in the 50-50 midfield line as well. So Franklin Panthers were all over them, but it was nothing doing. Dreamland will take game number 1 here, 5-1.
A great job by Dreamland to come in, I believe, as the underdog seed, even though it's 3v2, so not too much of an underdog. Both teams deserve to be here. But we're going to get a quick car change from the Panthers, as I believe they're switching from Octane, sorry, I keep biting my tongue, to probably a Fennec is typically what we see. If you're losing 50s like that, you want to get a little bit more power, a little bit more square up front. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Fennec coming out to play here.
Get those vibes going, because it's not always, it can be the car, and sometimes it's a mental thing as well. So kind of the combination, you know what I'm saying? You do get a little bit of a different style to get different hits. And then it's also like, we did just about everything that we could from an offensive standpoint, from the attack standpoint. The shot counts were pretty even, but the grade A chances were on the side of the Panthers. They just didn't finish them because Dreamland was able to make those saves. So if you can just change anything, whether it be that card change, for example, or anything to reset the mental, really. I think Franklin Panthers comes out here and gives Dreamland certainly a surprise as far as if you just looked at the scoreline itself. It's been a close game. It just happened to be 5-1 because of all the immaculate saves we saw from the Dreamland side.
And it looks like it's coming right away as they're not going to be able to find any power on that shot. So the first save gets turned away as Griff is going to work their way into the corner. So Zach's going to cut this one off. Pico, full tank of gas, not able to get it past anyone just quite yet. Another 50 comes out, goes off to the sidewall where Xsync has no boost. It's just going to play this one down. It's a pass, it's a shot, it's a team pinch save, and it goes all the way to the other side.
That one's loose too. Watch out, Zach was ready for that too, but Pico did just enough to deny from him. Zach was diving for that one too, very close. Grifacado instead will try to fake it off corner. Coop was ready for it. Resunds, shot taken off the mark. And Coop will be able to hop to it here. No boost in the tank, but a great flick to get past one. And have the ability to go back up for it. But nothing doing here as Resunds will reset, get out to midfield. But Pico punches it directly back in here for the Panthers. And got the boost, allowing Xsync to get to it. But Zach again denies.
Coop is going to be the next one there, throws this one in deep, but Resun's not able to make that first touch. It's in front of the net. A good diving save, puts this one off to the side out of harm's way. So Griff takes control, looking for the double just a little bit too far. Zach looking for the cut, able to find it. Xsync awkward, but able to find that first touch and put themselves in the correct orientation. Gets it around one, back towards the middle. Griff has to go, able to make the save, trying to get a second touch, but it gets 50 down in front of the net. Resuns and Zach, another team pinch, but it's not out of harm's way just quite yet. Zach needs a touch, able to find it. It's a pass. It's a 50 into the corner where Pico puts this one a long way and gets a great clear.
Much needed as well. This one has been a battle of the midfield into challenges that eventually do break through for a legitimate chance. Grifacado now will have the ability to at least send it in. No boost in the tank, so will allow Resuns to get this one too. Waterfall down, good touch away. Coop right back to it. Now he's going to set up Xsync. Great passing play. But again, the good reads here from Grifacado was able to shut that one down as well. As Pico tried to use corner, not able to find that one too. Xsync pass, Coop there in the middle. And they break through with a good passing play. Franklin Panthers on top for the first time in the series.
Just a beautiful pass here from Xsync. Puts this one right on Coop's hood to get a powerful shot into the corner. Unsavable if you're a Dreamland fan. And as you said, first lead. You felt that game number one, even with the 5-1 scoreline, was a lot closer than entailed. Pico's going to be able to try doubling up on their lead. It's off the post and strikes twice again as Resuns makes that save. They have to get this one out, but pinched back in. It's dangerous. So Griff jumps in time in front of the way. The shot is going to get saved away on the 50. A second shot going to go a little bit high. Xsync doing a great job to put this into a spot where they're going to be able to get to.
That'll Resuns just wants it back past it here. They're going to regrip instead, but they got Coop. They didn't realize. Nobody calmed that to him. So now it just kind of lays here in the end of Dreamland, but a big clear again from Resuns as they reset. I think Franklin Panthers, they haven't been as strong as we've seen them in the past as far as the midfield presence goes. With that tempo, frees things up as Coop tried to set it up with the loft of his own, but maybe played it a little bit too slowly. Dreamland was allowed the chance to get to that corner, and Resuns with the snipe there from the side corner.
And this is just a beautiful play by themselves. Plays it to an awkward spot for Pico where they won't be able to get to that ball. So the next one's there, puts this one underneath the bar, and just so powerful that even with the perfect reaction time, you still can't get there. A great equalizer from Resuns.
Xsync now, once again, had that opportunity. They were looking right at the cage, but just lofted it over to Zach, and he was able to take place. So Resuns will have it right back, looking to try to avoid Pico. Coop there. Now Zach opportunity, shoots it behind Xsync, but a little bit too far left as it'll go wide of the net. Now Coop back out, and they're tripping over each other. Dreamland's leaving the door open. Coop was looking for the bumps, but Zach able to regather in time to get it out for Dreamland.
I don't know if you noticed, but Zach actually threw a hezzy to get around too. They faked the charge and then just hit the brakes and got around, and it's going to prove successful for them as they're now in the attacking zone. They need to capitalize here as a lot of players are low for the Franklin Panthers, so they take it up top. The 50 comes out by Zach. Resuns into the corner. Coop not able to grab the boost, and is going to get the mid boost and just clear this one. Quick re-entry though as Griff goes up top looking for the double. Not enough boost to get there. Zach towards the middle. It's a shot. It's a good save by Pico.
Pico has been really standing on their head this time around. Franklin Panthers started this game off very strong, but Dreamland's been starting to figure out their adjustments and make some of their own. Griff's now going to play it in. Demoed by Zxch. Opportunity. This one off the back wall. Wide open. Yeah, gotta hit that one. They do. Dreamland now on top with 46 seconds left with 2 in a row.
And this is what happens when you're just being chased. You have to rush these plays as it bounces awkwardly. But Coop knows that Resunds was right behind him, just sniffing at him, trying to get any demos. Forces the error. Dreamland takes the lead. But you got to be careful, as once again, the Panthers have been winning almost every kickoff. The shot's on, and they're going to find the equalizer. Xxch in front of the net.
Exact answer you need. In this combination before yesterday, in particular, Coop found Xxch right there in the box. And that opportunity is not always going to be there. Usually the defense is there in the right place, right time. To recognize that, and it's not the danger zone for Coop in that instance, was perfect. To feed a perfect pass across as well, and the Coca-Cola All-Star will equal us at 2 apiece here with 35 seconds left.
Xxch makes a good touch, just getting it away from the net, but throws it a long way where Griff is going to have full boost. Zach's going to cut this one off, though. Put this one up top. Zxch with full boost, going to go for the shot. A beautiful dribble into a shot, top right corner. And once down 20 seconds ago, finds the lead up now 3-2 with 20 seconds remaining.
Xxch right back at it too, and they can beat you in multitude of different ways. Dreamland just let this one go, it seems like. He took the 2-1 lead, had the chance to really silence the Franklin Panthers and go to match point, but now it's looking like that might be a long shot, as this one's off the corner too. They scramble back for it and get a touch of their own. Resunds wants to be able to send this north and south. It's still not over. Got 10 seconds left here as Zach will try to push you, but the demo from Xxch should be able to free up some space, and Resunds wasn't ready for it. Will go off the ceiling as they bank it, and Zach will be backwards to try to set up the sequence. Should be killed by Xxch. It was up for a moment, but no longer. We're tied at 1 in the series here as Franklin Panthers take the win 3-2.
A great rebound from the Panthers after losing 5-1 in game number 1 and going down 2-1 with 40 seconds remaining to pull out the win. You just saw a lot of effort from Xxch and Coop and Pico off of these kickoffs. You got to be careful if you're Dreamland. I don't think that they've won a kickoff yet, even though that there was 6 in the first game and then there's another 6 in this game. It really feels like the Panthers just off of every kickoff start the momentum, have that first chance, and it just keeps Dreamland on the back foot as soon as the game starts.
And the only reason I feel like is you're right. The only reason I feel like the Panthers, were actually behind in this one super late in the game was simply because they weren't as clean as far as being able to hold them off for a multitude of different goals. So it seems like they might have fallen asleep for like 30 seconds or so positionally. They might be a little bit susceptible for the bumps and demo games too, but once you're able to kind of leverage that and send them a taste of their own medicine from the physicality standpoint, that's when Franklin Panthers were able to steal that lead directly back. So yes, they were able to win that game too for the Franklin Panthers. You might have shown your vulnerability here at this point in time. We'll see if they can clean it up here rolling into the next game, but they were able to take that game away and almost got the first goal on the board here as well.
Of two different posts, and it's going to bounce away with the demo as well. They're going to just take that one anyway they come for any saves. This Resunds is going to have full boost, but doesn't get the touch. The shot opportunity just going to be off the mark. Xxch not able to get the boost steal. They're in an awkward spot now as Griff is going to take to the skies. Around 1, trying to find the touch, but Pico stands tall. Doesn't let it around them, but Resunds trying to force the envelope, not able to get there. Zach next one up, no boost. It's just going to float this one in, and Pico going to be able to take that with 100 boost.
And Xxch, great job to maneuver around, because that could have been easily a 50-50. Instead, you'll have this challenge back, get a couple touches there from Resunds. Thankfully for him, that you catch a demo, as Pico is waiting in the waters, waiting for that ball to come back down, when instead you've got Coop pressuring into the box. But a big save there from Griff yet again. Banks it off the corner, was looking for Pico and had him in his peripherals. But Zach was able to shut it down just in time. He'll play it down the length of the pitch. And Griff tried to find that angle. It's a tough one, though, and Xxch will mitigate some of the damage, but it's taken right off the hood of his car. Now Zach waiting for some support that won't be there, but I like that attempt from Zach.
It's a tough shot, and it just goes off the post. But both teams now have a post apiece, and it's going to be interesting to see which one falls in favor of them. The fourth man standing tall early in game number 3. Xxch makes a triple touch off the backboard, but it won't be enough as Resunds is able to jump on this one. And Xxch, I thought that they were going to be able to get back to this one, but an absolute bullet into just a ping pong sequence, and then right behind him. Great job by Resunds.
Agree, because he was like trying to track it down. I think he was aiming up for the Psycho, but realized that they had very little space, so they weren't able to adjust their car in time to. It was either that or try to kill it to the corner, but either way, didn't have enough time to really adjust where it was going to go. But now you got a bump. But Xing able to swing, not able to swing in time, so Dreamland will hold on to the 1-0 lead here in game number 3. As Coop pulls it down to Zxch. Needed to be surgical with that touch, as the back pass will relieve a little bit of pressure, but still, it's going to be Franklin Panthers with a little bit of space, but it's denied again. The midfield presence a lot better from Dreamland this game.
As Pico wanted to get that one, but Xing got one more touch and just forced it off, and it goes into the favor of Dreamland here. Another throwaway, though, as Xing looking for the pass across the box, but Coop has too much momentum, not enough boost to be able to cut it. Pico, no boost, tried finding the back corner, but it doesn't spawn in time, able to find it now. Xing needs a big clear. Resunds won't be able to get there, so leaves it for Zxch. Zxch off the sidewall, up for Resunds, off the backboard. They're awkward, the shot's just gonna be wide as Pico comes streaking across and able to make the touch into the save. Resunds there, puts this one up top. Zxch the shot off the post. Is there a follow-up? No, is Xing able to force that one off to the side?
Dreamland had a great job kind of playing them side to side, east to west, and pulling them out of position and taking their boost. Franklin Panthers were on lifeline, life support, right there at the tail end of that sequence, and yet they just weren't able to find the back of the net. There's plenty of shots that could have been shot a little bit more accurately. They would have had it. Now, good setup there from Coop, tries to keep it there in the box, but Zxch will swing in and be able to deny it here as well. Finding Zxch here on the pass. Up here's got the ceiling. Does direct that back down, but Coop wanted nothing to do with that opportunity. Now in transition, Coop back up with his pass, but couldn't quite find the angle.
You hate to see it. It goes off the post again, and it's the story of game number 3 for both teams. They're just slamming the post. You got to see who's going to be the first one to break that barrier, as it's still a 1-0 game. Coop, a great carry. The save comes out by Resunds into the corner. Boost steal comes in. Resunds no boost, so it has to go all the way out. A cut comes across, so Xing is going to be able to jump onto this ball with a full tank, looking for the pass over to Coop. Coop looking for the shot. It goes off the post again. A good save, though, as it gets launched away, as Pico in the corner, not able to get the follow, is Zxch. A lot of boost and able to find the clear.
Right in the hands of Coop, though. Coop was able to track that one down easily. Had boost in the tank as well. We'll leave this one here for a teammate, and rightfully so. Didn't have the angle on that one to get up in time. But it will go off the front of his car, and I don't think he meant that one either. Griff made it interesting going up. Thought he might have the angle. Did not. Denied. Coop now out in front, but Zxch will challenge. This one's still floating in the box. Great touch from Xing, but then denied again by Resunds.
A beautiful save, and they needed anything, and Resunds comes up big, but here comes the counter attack as Griff had to find the corner boost, sends it across the net, off the post again as it goes up top, as Griff needs to clear it, throws it away to Coop, who has the double. It's the own goal, as Coop is gonna just say thank you very much. We have been in the post, why don't you take one for us?
Once again, a prime example of it. If you put in the work, eventually it should break through, but if you let off just a little bit and just challenge a little by little, you might catch a mistake on the back end. He was lined up to be able to tap that one in the back of the net, though, so Coop did everything right anyways, had it lined up, but when you pressure the defense enough, they will eventually break. Another big, timely goal for Franklin Panthers.
Shots on, a good save by Griff, though. Had to sneak around the chasing, as now Coop has to make a good touch. 50 comes out, the shot's on into the corner. Great save by Xing. They got to scramble. Pico, a lot of boost, just going to flick this one up top. They're going to elect to drop that one. I don't blame them. Danger was all over that. Overtime in game number 3.
Kickoff gets, guess who? Right back into Dreamland. Grifacado. You're going to try to get out and get that bump, I believe. There was no real value in staying on that ball in a challenge. You saw him think for a second. But now Franklin Panthers setting up Coop. I like that little touch kind of backwards in the air. Realizing that your team's behind you. Find the right spot. Allow them to jump on it next. But Xing's out of boost. Not even able to get that bump. Instead, we'll give up possession. Resunds, though, will do the same. Popped it up a little bit too high. Everybody reading it, too, as Xing just launches it towards net. It worked last time, so you can't blame them. But this time around, it is cleaned up by the back line of Dreamland.
Resunds hasn't been able to find boost for the entire overtime period so far, as Griff is going to elect to leave it there, finally able to get some boost. Zxch needs the race of this one. It's going to go off the ceiling. Who's going to be the next one there? A good 50 comes out. It's going to be bouncing around, but Pico's already up for it. Sends this one a long ways away. So first minute of play, closing in this overtime. No real dangerous opportunities coming out, as both teams have been a little bit more patient, have been playing a little bit back, trying to wait on the error. Out of the corner, though, Coop has a great clear, has a counterattack, but not able to find the plan B. Zxch, no boost, able to make the big save.
Exactly, and they're playing conservatively, but you see if you play a little bit too loose, what happens, and then suddenly those chances are going to develop. And Coop is after it. Off the corner, Xink was there, and so denied by the defense of Dreamland as they were able to catch up to that play. And Pico did not get a touch. Zxch will be next to handle from Dreamland's got the sidewall. Go back wall too, but a good read again from Xink, which we've seen 3 or 4 times in overtime.
As Resunds not able to have enough boost to make a play there. So Zxch has to corral this one and goes off into the middle. 2 people up on the Panther side. An opportunity could be here. Drop down pass to Resunds, but Coop all over that one. A great read. Still in the middle. Griff plays it off the ceiling to themselves, able to get it around 1 and just lands on Resunds' unfortunate activities, but Zxch able to get it, looking for the shot. It's awkward. He's able to score a beautiful shot as they tried cheating up a little too far.
Coop didn't realize Zxch had a great angle and great look on that 50-50 first and foremost, and Pico, because he didn't expect that 50-50 to go awry, wasn't ready for it. He had positioned his car to go directly downfield. Unfortunately, you leave the door open because you're awkward there in that moment. Just one little mistake like that, and you see yourselves on the wrong side of an overtime victory here for Dreamland, who will push to match point because of it. And even though it's a 10-6 shot count differential in favor of Franklin Panthers, they're still able to gather that win nonetheless. Dreamland digging deep for that overtime winner.
Beautiful, beautiful work by Dreamland. They scored every goal, you know? You have to say that they were able to score every single goal in game number 3 to find the 2-1 scoreline. And, you know, even though they found themselves in a lot of awkward and bad positions, I would even say, with low boost against the Panthers, who had a lot of boost, they were able to use whatever resources that they had to force it to the corner. They're doing great saves, and more importantly, they're not allowing the follow-up opportunity. Their 50s aren't in front of the net. They're squirting out into the corner where there's no second chance shot. It's a great job by Dreamland as we move into game number 4.
Game number 4 now, opportunity to close out for Dreamlands. We thought that maybe after that one victory that we saw that was close from Franklin Panthers, maybe they're the ones to clutch up and have the ice in their veins. But Dreamland said, not so fast. We can do the same. We can head to match point. Dig deep there too. The Franklin Panthers had to really dig to even force overtime to begin with. So Dreamland really was the team that had all the opportunities in the world earlier, even though the shot count did favor them. But now opportunity, Pico, great save, dropping down, Resunds. The fans in chat are happy.
You can't make that up. Just a ground pinch to be able to save that. A fake on the backboard for the first shot. Resunds stood tall, read the fake, got the save. A beautiful job by them. And now they're still in the Dreamlands half, but no real shot opportunity has came through yet. Zxch needs a touch though, as that is a good first touch, a great second touch. Coop kills it in front of the net. Resunds uses all of their resources to just force away a shot chance.
Zxch up already. Tries that extra touch, didn't get it, but Griff will follow up on it. And that's really just to reset everything, get the rotations, get boosts, but actually Pico stole it away from one member. So Griff will just play it over the sidewall, finds Xink instead. This will go up high, but Xink had trouble being able to gather themselves on the sidewall. They'll allow Resunds to jump into it, but Coop now the next to jump as well. Griff beats him there. They trade touch for touch here at this point. Pico not able to follow that instantly because of the lack of boost, and Resunds was able to just cycle around, find Coop, be able to play the 50-50 now. And we settled down. Resunds had an opportunity to launch it, but missed. Now numbers the other way if they hurry. But Pico not able to find the handle. Coop should be battled by Zxch, but he doesn't get the touch. Opportunity, but Grifacado on the back wall to settle it down.
Great carry here, looking for the 50. Actually gets this one around 2. It has a lot of boost in the corner. Coop not able to save it as Resunds hits the corner. Counterattack on. Xsync, no boost though, so it's just going to float back over to Pico, who gets the boost as it spawns. Zxch, the 50, looking for the headhunt. Xsync, good positional stop. Puts this one a long way. Resunds is there though, forces it back into the corner, trying to find a second touch, able to find it. Awkward touches here, so it goes back across the middle. It goes slowly. Xsync's able to get in position. Another shot on Coop, needs to make a save. Able to put that one over to the corner where Xsync is. Back over to Griff, but a good job by Xsync to just get this into the other half. It's a turnover into the middle. They need to get anything. They're able to find the 50.
Man, oh man, that was a prime opportunity for Franklin Panthers. They had him completely compromised and weren't able to pull the trigger on a passing play. Look at that touch from Pico. Goes up there as he finds a floater down the field with 2:15 left. Franklin Panthers will take the lead.
Pico was free jumping the pass regardless, and just trying to strip away the pass ended up being a perfect pass over to Pico. You hate to see that one, as Franklin Panthers are going to be able to take a 1-0 lead over Dreamland in game number 4. But with 2:15 left to play, gotta be careful. Creeps up a little bit. They're gonna be able to double up off of the kickoff as they win another kickoff.
That's right. Right there, Xsync was doing just enough. If you don't get that touch, you have to be able to disrupt the back line. Whether that was intentional or not, that was exactly what they needed. Franklin Panthers now find themselves in the driver's seat. Be able to try to force a game number 5. 2 minutes and 11 seconds, though. And this one's actually won by Dreamlands here off the kickoff. Zxch will play back wall. Coop will shut it down, but again, a good sequence from Franklin Panthers a couple of times, forced the hands of Dreamland, and now they're in a compromising position here in game number 4.
Shot on, but Pico makes a good save. The boost steal's coming out, so you got to be careful here if you're Franklin Panthers. You need to get a deep clear as it gets put back into your own corner. Not able to get that first touch. Coop able to get it down with a half a tank, able to get the redirect on target. And Zxch gets a little bit of a touch to force it away from the net, but not the touch that they wanted. Zxch needs to find the clear, goes up. Griff doesn't want to chase that one as Coop able to get the first touch back into the Dreamland half. Zxch gets demoed. Pico up, looking for the pass. Xsync, no bumps able, so Resun saves it to their corner.
And Grifacado will pick it up from there. Quick flick to get it off the wall. Followed up on it as well. And Coop had them in their sights to say, not going to get the bump nor the touch past me. And Coop will have plenty in the tank here. They just want to clear the zone. You knew that Xsync was behind him, so might have had a little bit more value trying to pull up a little bit, get a touch more towards their teammates. That allows Dreamland to step up here in this moment. But Coop denies and pushes it out again. Has the help from Xsync. And although Zxch gets a piece, Xsync will break through 3-0 for the Panthers.
And it was only a matter of time for all of these saves that were going off the post to have one go the Franklin Panthers way. And that's the first one that falls their way. And, you know, unfortunately, it comes into a 3-0 scoreline with 57 seconds left. But this is why you want to have the series lead, as Dreamland has double match point. Shot going to be a little bit wide, but you can just take some time, find any momentum to go into game number 5, because the winner of that will be a winner-take-all against Passion.
Dreamland earned the rights to say that they had match point at least twice. Or twice if they needed it. And it looks like they might, more and more we play into this game. Dreamland's found opportunities here in this one, but it has otherwise been pretty silent as far as actual challenging shots. That was maybe one of them, but it looked too easy on the defensive side here for Franklin Panthers, who play it out. It's Xsync as well, down to 19 seconds left. Running that clock down. It's up high. Resunds wants to redirect that one. That is a highlight reel goal to at least keep the thought alive. I love that redirect.
And this is what you need to go into game number 5. Resunds, no boost, able to find the free jump off of the backboard. A beautiful pass by Zxch, a even better finish by Resunds. And that you just needed something like that to start building your momentum.
Exactly right. Roll into game number 5 with some positivity. They've scored goals in bunches, which is why I didn't count them out immediately. But naturally, they'll run out of time here in this one. You'll have the momentum as long as they don't let one in here for the Panthers, right? You don't want that to happen. Sure enough, it'll hit the ground. So Dreamland sacrifice, unfortunately, that game, it feels like Franklin Panthers took them by storm. Able to win that one 3-1, forces game number 5. Both teams have shown life in a multitude of different games and find different ways to be able to kind of settle in those moments, find that value. But it's exactly where I thought we might go here. Puma, we go to game number 5.
You can't write it up any better than this. A game number 5 to get into the finals. The winner of this will, at the very minimum, walk away with $300, as each game title for today has a prize pool of $1,000, $700 to first, $300 to second. So even just getting to the finals, each one of these players would walk away with $100, if not more. So a lot on the line for these players. Panthers able to equalize this one into game number 5. You saw a lot of good things out of Dreamland in the final minute, though. It's anyone's game.
Legitimately, I in these close battles, I always tend to err on the side of the team that's played together for quite frequently. So the Franklin Panthers would have that edge until you recognize that this free agent team has played together the last couple of days and has really gotten to know one another and has proven that they can not only go goal for goal, game for game with this team, they actually had the advantage beforehand and they got the momentum potentially to swing back on their side. Whether or not that continues and gives them a win or not is something that we'll find out here momentarily here in this game number 5.
I thought Griff was about to just slice and dice that entire defense. Cut it through 2. Not enough boost, though, to get the shot on. A good 50 in front of the net. Another 50 needs to come out, and Pico is going to be able to win that one, as it seems to be Dreamland early on having a lot of opportunities, but Coop's going to be able to go up and needs a good save here. Resunds steps into the way, gets the bump as well, so Zxch going to be able to get a good clear here.
That's Coop finding Xing on the side wall. If you're just joining us, by the way, it will be winner moves on to the finals like you mentioned, Puma. They'll be facing off with Passion FC, the #1 seed. They want to be able to gather there and at least give themselves an opportunity to go up against a really solid team that's been exactly perfect all the way throughout the entirety of day 1 and day 2. So regardless if you win, the job's not done, but which team can get there? And that's what we're watching right now.
Goes out of the corner, a demo comes out, Pico looking for the bump, able to get it too, and saves it off the crossbar, but Coop able to get there as well, as it goes off the crossbar, off the side post, and if it doesn't hit the side post, it's a beautiful save by Resunds, but just a little bit too awkward as Coop buries the hatchet.
Given the circumstances, I mean, that was an effort and a half there for Resunds. You don't see many players that are able to dig that out like he did, and you're almost able to recover as well. And off the kickoff, had that chance, but Xing will swing around. So not only the Panthers hold on and get that sneaky little goal, but they're also able to hold them off. Now looking for more. It's Coop there. Great passing play again. Franklin Panthers up 2-0.
As soon as Xing went into the air and orientated this car, you could just see that they were looking for another passing play. Puts it back post behind the diving effort, as you have to respect the far post as well. Doubles up on their lead. A beautiful team play there from the Panthers.
Now trying to walk away with this one. Try to maybe gather that distance, make it feel insurmountable. That's the goal at the end of the day. So all that momentum that you try to build at the tail end of that last game for Dreamland is disappearing little by little, sequence by sequence. And Franklin Panthers have certainly made a case as to why they're able to do this. They've been really strong this far. Trying to play in with another shot and just keep that pressure on. Keep peppering the net. Otherwise, that way Dreamland can't really find anything of their own here.
Off the sidewall, you got to be careful. It gets thrown back to the middle. Resunds an opportunity. Good save by Coop. Looking to pass this one back into the corner where Griff is looking for the double. Leaves it for Resunds, who's not able to find it on net. Looking for another boost steal. Able to get it. Coop, no boost. Needs to find a touch. Playing a 50. Able to get it. Resunds jumps on it, though, as Xing, awkward. Little to no boost as well. Zxch floats it to the middle. Griff is up. The drop shot. Coop is able to dive across. Able to make the first save. But Xing needs to clear and able to get it.
That's big. Stand in the right place. Stand tall whenever you're in your goal mount. And there was no follow-up there, so they were able to kind of relax afterwards and reorganize too. So perfect sequence there from Franklin Panthers here defensively, as they look to gather themselves and push it even further. But Zxch stands strong himself, shielded into the zone here of the Franklin Panthers. Trying to find more value, but that one's actually tapped away from teammates. Misorganization here will cost Dreamland an opportunity.
As it goes to another opportunity, goes off the post. Resunds is able to catch it off the post, though. Trying to take it coast to coast. Able to get around one. The flick, able to get them on target, but Pico, good save there. Still in harm's way, though, so Coop goes up top, full tank, trying to follow it as well. Going for the flipper set, goes down low, puts the shot on. It goes off the save, and able to make a team save as Resunds pushes it into Zach's car, and it just bounces all the way to the corner.
Calculated as well. I would toss it up in quick chat, not just because it's a joke. Like, that was legit. Somehow able to find the angle in order to swap that one into your teammate. Find creative ways to bail yourself out, but you got to do it again here as Xing. Right here, top of the box, collected here by Zxch, knowing they need to find a goal here in the next little bit. It's a minute 30 left. They're still down 2. Resunds forces Xing to move quickly. Shot taken, another save by Coop.
Coop is standing on their head in net. I believe that is their 5th save. And each clear opportunity is killing 10 to 15 seconds as they have to back all the way up and find some boost as Xing has the boost. They got to start scoring here. The passing play down low. Coop making a 6 save. Why not? Stand tall as it gets 50 towards the middle, looking for the pinch. Not able to find it. Goes towards the middle. Shot up high. Coop able to just redirect that away once again. As now Griff has some boost, flicks it towards the middle. Xing's there. The redirect, though, just a little bit wide.
They knew Xing was out of boost there too, which is why they launched across to get that touch. So it was a smart play, but it was just directed wide of the target. And now time is of the essence here for Dreamland. They push in. Resunds, though. Bit of miscoordination as Zxch was bumping, trying to disrupt the play, and yet somehow Franklin Panthers still able to find a clear. Resunds back down, looking for Zxch. Good, strong arm play. Stay in the play. Now Resunds will cross it. They have the numbers, but Griff wasn't able to get across. Neither was Zxch here. And now a Rule 1 will leave it at 2v2. They break it here, but time is running thin.
It doesn't matter if they break that Rule 1 or not, as there's just not enough time left unless they find something right now. Like, floated up into the wall. Franklin Panthers on double elimination point, able to battle their way back and finds themselves into the finals.
Just stuck together, stuck to the game plan, and just rode the defensive prowess that was Coop there in that last game. Impressive work there. Coop with 6 saves, and 4 of them were dynamic. I mean, that was special. And they made a total of 10 saves, by the way, across all 3 members of the Franklin Panthers in order to earn that shutout. I mean, usually, some shutouts are like, well, yeah, they didn't allow them to take very many shots. That was actually just like, let's just kind of like breathe, make a save, and then we can try to find some offense if we get there. So Dreamland was certainly knocking on the door plenty of times, but that just shows the great defensive prowess from this Franklin Panthers team.
And as we go into break to set up the finals, once again, just as a reminder, we're going to have the Franklin Panthers going off against Passion FC. Beautiful work by the Panthers to earn their way into the finals. And, that's not a knock on anyone. You could have seen either team make it. It was a absolute glorious semifinals.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's nothing else that you could ask for here from entertainment standpoint, from a student standpoint, college standpoint as well. I mean, this was one that was excellent here for sure. They'll be going up against Passion FC. It'll be Dino, Life, and Timing. That's going to be a tough matchup for them for sure. So make sure you stick around for this battle coming up, the finals for Rocket League C2C after this quick break.
Omnic AI is empowering thousands of gamers every day to game smarter with AI. Our platform Omnic Forge uses computer vision, just like a self-driving car, to analyze on-screen elements in your matches to provide tailored insights and data analytics, helping you improve. By extracting all the information directly from your gameplay, Omnic Forge operates independently of developer APIs and is available 24/7 for gamers of any skill level. Simply connect your stream, paste a link, or upload your gameplay to receive a detailed post-match analysis. This includes the Forge player card, highlight reel, AI game summary, coaching insights, aim analysis, round-by-round breakdowns, win rate data, and more. Omnic Forge currently supports Fortnite, Valorant, Overwatch 2, and Rocket League. Go to forge.omnic.ai today.